So in a previous video I did for Mortal Kombat 12, make sure you go watch that here, or in the comments down below, or excuse me, the description down below. And it talked about the most recent leaks we had this week, because, every week is a new week, and we get tons of good leaks for Mortal Kombat 12, but it also had leaks for Mortal Kombat Mobile and Injustice Mobile? You heard me right. Let's get to it. So in the leak that came from 4chan from the user Thoth, it says MK 2023, MK Mobile, and Injustice Mobile update, because that's what this video is about, is Injustice. So the leak says, in the beginning of the next year, Injustice 2 will be rebranded as Injustice Mobile, and will become the official one-stop home, should be one-stop shop if you're gonna rhyme, for all Injustice Mobile gaming. Thus, all Injustice Gods Among Us characters will continue making their playable debuts on the title. Ares, Adam, that's a black girl. Ares, Adam, Batgirl, Bizarro, Constantine, Doomsday, Hawkgirl, Killer Croc, Killer Frost, Lex Luthor, Lobo, Sinister, Solomon Grundy, Static, and Zod will all be making their debut in Injustice Mobile over the next several years. Now, the last piece that's very interesting because it says next several years. So let's see. A couple is 2, a few is 3 or more, so several, got it. So 2 to 4 years? Which would kind of make some kind of sense here, because in the previous leads I talked about with Mortal Kombat Mobile, I talked about how Mortal Kombat, the mobile version, always seemed to change versions as the game, the console counterpart games came out, right? Well, then they just kind of rebranded it to Mortal Kombat Mobile, and it's become this ever-evolving game that always has new updates, it gets new characters in DLC, it gets new tournaments, new gear, costume skins, whatever you want to call it. It's just kind of like an always running game with new seasons and stuff like that, which tends to be how the new games are kind of going towards. So why not have Injustice follow that suit? Now, what's interesting about Injustice, though, is because, when it comes to Injustice games, 1 and 2 seem kind of like a one and done kind of thing, because it kind of was also in line with the comic book series. But we don't have a new Injustice. Well, we had Injustice Year Zero, but we didn't get anything from that. But maybe we could. Maybe we could. But everybody's been hoping out for Injustice 3. We know from previous videos I talked about, based off of the release schedule, usually Mortal Kombat comes out and then an Injustice game. Due to COVID and some other things happening, that didn't quite happen this time around. But that's not to say that Injustice 3 or some type of Injustice game for console isn't around the corner. I think possibly, NetherRealm Studios has a lot going on with Mortal Kombat because that's their main moneymaker. And I know Warner Brothers, now Warner Brothers Discovery, is trying to get as much as they can out of their properties because, they bought it from AT&T and they need to recoup their money. So, and I know they're dealing with a lot of stuff with The Flash and Ezra Miller and all that kind of stuff. So, when it comes to this, Injustice I don't think is on their radar yet. I think with them navigating through the DCEU stuff, I think with them worrying about NetherRealm Studios getting a Mortal Kombat game or games out, maybe Mortal Kombat 12 and some type of remaster, which would be cool. I think those are going to be the priority first, and then maybe we'll get some type of Injustice 3 game. I think that it's long overdue. I think we have a lot going on, especially with the current movies coming out this year. We have Black Adam and the Justice Society. Those are a bunch of characters right there that they could be introducing in the game. I know they already have a lot of those characters in the game, but I don't think some of those Justice Society members have made it over. Plus, we have like the comic book series I mentioned before that hasn't had a video game adaptation yet. So, and I believe it's a prequel to the Injustice series. So, lots of stuff that could still be added to the Injustice game, and Injustice Mobile will be the best place to do it. Now, that's a lot of characters that I mentioned. That was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, that's about 14 characters, and that's probably just, a little snippet of it, because just like the leak talked about for Mortal Kombat Mobile, there's more DLC, there's tournaments, there's this and that and features. So, I mean, you may not get those characters all at once. So right there, you're already talking almost a year and a half, So that's quite a bit of content spread about, a long period of time. I think it's doable. I just think that I hope that Injustice Mobile is not the forever home for Injustice. I'm excited about this news. I just want more Injustice. I want more console games. I want more PC games. Whatever you're going to give us, NetherRealm Studios, Warner Brothers Games, whoever, I would just love to see it. So what do you think about the news about Injustice Mobile? What do you want to see come to the game if you play the game? Do you feel like it's a perfect home for Injustice? Do you feel like it just have this be the never-ending update for Injustice? As it says, the official one-stop home, one-stop shop for all things Injustice Mobile? Let me know in the comments below. And what characters would you like to see added? And what characters that you think weren't already in the previous games would you like to see added to the game now? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. That's it for this video, guys. Make sure to hit that like button. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.